Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
This is your Weather Extreme video for Sunday, July the 17th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and wow, what an untypical string of days we've had across central Alabama, and it looks like we get one more. And let's enjoy the cooler weather because heat's coming back. Skycam imagery this morning, we've got a nice selection. How about a cloudy shot over Birmingham as the lights are blinking out for the morning? And a little bit of rain on the lens up at at Cullman, but we can see a little break in the clouds, and we're getting a little bit of sunshine from the rising sun this morning. And then one more shot. I just cannot help but enjoy this one as the sky is just partly cloudy across the Tennessee River Valley, and the sun rising this morning and reflecting off the river as well as off some of those clouds up there. We're still dealing with kind of a complex weather situation. There's still a bit of a boundary along the Gulf Coast, and that's going to be the focus for rain for the next couple of days as an upper-level disturbance, and it's hard to see on the map this morning, but the upper-level disturbance is over South Alabama, and that is generally moving to the west and will be moving along the Gulf Coast. So what it's doing is going to be reducing it's going to allow the ridge to increase its influence over us. So look for the heat to come back over the next couple of days, and by midweek and the latter part of the week, we should be back into the mid-90s. At least that's better than the upper 90s. The heat is still a big story across much of the country. You can see with the influence of that ridge, 80s and 70s there in Oklahoma and Texas. And remember, these are 5 a.m. temperatures, but the 60s all the way up into southeastern Canada. So just a huge ridge affecting a lot of the United States. Across central Alabama, we're still dealing a little bit with the wedge pattern. It's not as clearly obvious today as it was yesterday because we were into the 60s for the most part, but and Georgia has warmed up a little bit too. But you can see that easterly flow, and that is the influence of the high pressure system that is to the northeast of us and giving us a combination of an easterly flow and lower temperatures. And you can see on radar that that pretty much defines a lot where the little upper disturbance, the little weakness is along the Gulf Coast, and that's making a rainy kind of day, especially for the Florida Panhandle. But again, that disturbance will be moving to the west and moving away from us. The QPF folks are forecasting a good deal of rain, and that is the focus. That little disturbance, a little weakness in the upper atmosphere is the focus for the forecast for those higher rain amounts over the next 5 days along the Gulf Coast. Our rain will be diminishing after today. And it looks like probably Monday and Tuesday will be completely dry. The Storm Prediction Center outlooking a slight risk all the way from Lake Michigan and Lake Superior back across the northern tier back into Montana. That area shifts to the east on day 2, that would be Monday, and extends from about Chicago all the way over to Boston and into Maine. So our friends in New England are going to be having a risk of severe weather. And the National Hurricane Center is watching an area of cloudiness just off the Florida coast, and some possibilities there, but probably the interference of the land is going to mean any development would be extremely slow. The morning 06Z GFS model run, and you can see the little weakness over South Alabama represented by the little vorticity center that has a little 12 with it, and the ridge just bulging northward over the central part of the country, creating a good deal of heat for those folks. The ridge moves in our way, and you have a hard time noticing the vorticity area, but it moves along the Gulf Coast over towards Texas, so it's moving away from us, and what that means is we should see pretty much a reduction in showers on Monday and probably again on Tuesday as the ridge maintains a pretty strong hold and that little vorticity area moves off to the west. Then on Wednesday, we kind of get back into a pattern where the ridge is still there, but we've got another little weakness, and this is that little weakness from the tropical system that is currently off the Florida coast. And so that will probably add a few more clouds, as well as the possibility for some showers on Wednesday. Thursday, much the same scenario. Isolated to widely scattered kind of scenario. Looks like we stay under that ridge, but again, it's just it's there, but because of the humidity, the heat, we're going to see widely scattered showers each day. And Saturday, the ridge is strong once again, but I think even underneath that high center, the upper ridge, we're going to see some showers widely scattered. And the ridge begins to show some signs of change. Believe it or not, it looks like this might happen. We see another kind of weakness over the southeastern U.S. A week from today. And what that means for us underneath that is that we see that there's a good deal of showers. So once again, a pretty good probability of seeing some rain. Now we're moving on out into voodoo country, but look what happens. Yes, the GFS is maintaining its consistency, and that's always a good sign of at least what could be a somewhat wetter and cooler pattern for the latter part of the month. This is the 27th, Wednesday the 27th. Then on Saturday the 30th, we see that the central part of the country is now under a bit of a troughiness, so that improves the chances for some rain. And we're probably back into scattered showers down here and daily showers. And then that troughiness remains with us on the 1st of August as we head into what is usually considered the last full month of summer. So it looks like there are some changes on the way, but in the meantime, we still got probably at least another week of relatively warm weather to deal with. Well, thanks for tuning into the Weather Xtreme video. James Spann should be back at the controls once again on Monday morning. In the meantime, I hope that you have a wonderful week ahead, and Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.